Hello, network executives. This presentation has been filmed with the gracious assistance of the students of Westfield State College in Massachusetts. This is a student production. I wouldn't want it any other way. It was my attorney's reaction to my speaking at Tufts University that helped spark this idea that I set before you. What you're about to see are two videos. The first is the case for recovery. Even Frank Zappa could be right about something. Life is like high school, only with money. In high school, in debate, before the judge, you had 8 to 10 minutes to make your case. As a lawyer, I've been given various times before various judges. I ask a few minutes of your attention to hear a plea for the network to walk America through the steps of recovery. A pilot show for a pilot project. 13 weeks, 1/2 hour at any available time. My challenge to NBC is to give me 15 minutes alone with Jay Leno, Kathy Lee Gifford, and Tim Russert. You'll have the four of us lobbying that this is a great idea. Entertainment, media, and news all agreeing. The spirit in which this introduction is made is that of Christopher Columbus approaching the King and Queen of Spain. I come boldly to your throne, but humbly with grace. I've not thought of a new way to go to India, defying the present conventions. I'm someone unusually qualified to do something that will benefit the network, its families, and all of America. America faces a host of crises. Monitoring last week's papers, I counted 8 alone. An election looms, called by many the most important in our history. Enemies are surfacing. Terror alerts are called. Over the last 7 years, the personal condition of America has worsened appreciably. America is sick, self-inflicted or otherwise. I'm a lawyer, not a clergyman. I make no moral judgments. In America, for all too many of us, life has become unmanageable, like it or not. People are unable to face the realities of what they're dealing with and what they're suffering from, and dysfunction has gone mainstream. Too many people in too many courtrooms are pulling Britney Spears-like moves in real life. The only thing is there's no camera running. I know. I've been in many of those courtrooms. What you're about to see is a presentation making 3 points. How we're all eligible and qualify to take the steps of recovery. Who am I to facilitate the process? And what would it entail? Answering the questions of why, who, and what. You'd be the where. To assist you in considering your decision is a separate video presenting a pilot show for the show Life is Worth Living for the 21st Century. You may wish to consider this on your own, separately, as a program presentation and as a pilot. You may also look to the content and delivery to ascertain whether or not I'm indeed your man to walk America through the steps of recovery. It's for that separate reason the video is provided. I believe that what I offer is better and more impacting than Regis reviving ABC with a millionaire game show, or even Fox with American Idol. Let us be very practical. With many millions presently attending one of over 400 12-step fellowship groups in this country, throughout the series of programs, almost all will view at least one program out of curiosity, if nothing else, particularly if promoted properly. With a promotion designed to reach what people would call the church, by midstream, 30 to 50 million will be interested in just seeing for themselves. I believe 2 things to be true. Number 1, walking America through the steps of recovery will generate enough curiosity, spiritual and religious interest, sociological reaction, and life-changing positive side effects that potentially exist to create an audience in the very, very large million category. We know it's there. The elephant is in the living room, folks, and we all know that it's there. The one who announces it sets the new trend. Let's mark it. Recovery is mainstream, or needs to be. The goal of this entire production is to be granted an audience. For indeed, the project is bold and to some ennobling. At my age, all I want to do is follow good advice and finish well. Many counselors speaking to me concerning this project have painted a picture of all network executives, obsessed with revenue, profit. Anything done with any measure of an altruistic motive would be scoffed at or at least ignored. I disagree. I believe there's a little bit of Edward R. Murrow in most every person who feels a pull to broadcasting. But to the extent a more cynical outlook prevails, consider carefully. The operative cost to you is zero. I'll do this and help promote it for nothing. All I want to do is to do my duty, help serve my country, be a friend, be a good neighbor, have a clear conscience, and face my maker. Boy band singers raise chips in the air and proclaim, "I just got my 90-day chip," to 13,000 screaming fans. Parade magazine profiles Robert Downey Jr.'s amazing ride from state prison to action hero in the movies. Facts are stubborn things. The statistics confirm the common sense truth. We're all recovering from something. We qualify for Depression 101, Addiction 101, Victim 101, or any permutation you want to see. The solution is the same for everyone. Vanilla, generic, truly American, tested over time, in many milieus, on many issues, for various problems. Steps of recovery created in 1935 that offer a style, a pattern, a schematic, a blueprint to help one who is willing, in the privacy of their own living room, or with groups if they so choose. Number two, you'll have no problem obtaining a sponsor, particularly if you propose Masters Golf-style sponsorship. Commercials limited to front and back with one sponsor. I'll help you find the CEO who's either been in or put one of his family in a rehab. They'll identify and they'll be motivated, maybe even want the goodwill that they'd obtain. There's no downside to this. The stakes are high. For example, think of the benefits that NBC has received from its Biggest Loser program. If only a fraction of those who engage in doing these steps were to do so, you'd be able to see and receive credit for actually saving people's lives, and be entitled to all the positive, edifying PR that this endeavor should mandate you receive. Beyond that, the social good that could indirectly flow from this would be enormous, beyond anyone but a divine imagination. The historical significance of being the one to complete the process of destigmatization, removing the stigma from people suffering from addictions, afflictions, and bondages. Think of the credit. What started with Susan Hayward in All Cry Tomorrow and went on to Michael Keaton in Clean and Sober and Sandra Bullock in 28 Days can come full circle. We all need help with something. These 12 steps are like Xerox, gone from private use by an alcohol recovery fellowship to Seinfeld scripts, Conan jokes, and mainstream acceptance. It's the time to declare that reality and use it for America, for each other, for ourselves. The future is painted as uncertain. The need is to help each other face what's ahead. This is the time. If I invented this wheel, I'd say don't listen to me. But I didn't. I'm just Christopher Columbus with a big idea, believing the network is inspired enough to receive it. Please enjoy the programs. Thank you.